right, welcome back everyone for another episode of the Wednesday Watch List. This is my weekly look at all the new comic books coming out this Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. I'm going to give you a rundown on all the books on my pull list, some things you should be aware of before you go to your shop, maybe even some free stuff, some secret stuff, basically everything you should be aware of before hitting the store for your books this week. I'm going to try to give you a heads up for. Hopefully you're enjoying this series as well as everything else here on the channel. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, you hit the alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends so we can keep growing the channel. And if you want to see this week's rundown, just hang on for a few seconds after the intro and I will be right back. All right, this is actually a special week, so we are not going to start off with the top of the stack or even anything secret. We are actually going to start off with Batman Day, which was actually this past Saturday. So if you were able to get out to your shop, you were able to get some free books and purchase some other premium items if you got there. Now, most shops are probably going to still have leftovers from their Batman days, so you can often pick up those free books on your Wednesday following Batman Day. So I figured give you a heads up on what you might have missed if you didn't go out last Saturday. So Batman Day, well, it's like I said, on the, I guess it was, what, the 20th? So now we're looking at, or was it 21st? No, the 20th. It was Saturday the 20th. Okay, so the first thing you might have missed was a free version of Absolute Batman. That's right, Absolute Batman, one of the biggest books out there for DC right now. You can get a free version picking it up for Batman Day. There was also or actually, no, not a free version. I guess it's a $2.99 version of it. So just another reprint. Oh well, so much for that. But you could get a foil edition, which would run you like $10, and there is also a $4.99 blank if you want to pick that one up as well. So, unfortunately, I thought it was a free one, but no, I don't think this one was free. This one actually cost a couple of bucks. A little bit of a discount, but still not exactly free. There was a free sampler that I think might be interesting to some folks because all of those people out there overpaying for Red Hood #1 because it got canceled. Hey, look, there are a few pages inside this free sampler. So, I mean, why not, right? I mean, it is what it is. This is just basically, again, a free Batman sampler. There's a bunch of stuff inside, a couple of pages from a few stories, but one of them is Batman 1 and the other is Red Hood #1. Take it for what it is, but it is out there for free. There's also a free version of this Batman and Robin Year 1. Fun story, Mark Waid, Chris Samney. It's almost done now. I think we're running through almost the 12, all 12 issues, but this is the free #1 you could pick up, or, you can keep an eye out for something like this and go back in the day and pick up, one of those classic stories where we had, I can't think, was it Red Death? Can't remember the name of the bad guy in this. The Grim Reaper? It was just Reaper. I think. But that said, it's reprinting that storyline here with part of Batman Year 2. Again, there's a free version, and then there is a foil edition, which actually will run you, I think, about like $10 if you wanted to grab that one. And then on top of all that, there is a collected edition for Hush 20th anniversary. I think this thing's like $50 if you want to go and grab that. So there are some of the things you might have missed on Batman Day this past Saturday that you can probably still get at your shop this Wednesday when you go get your new books. Now, with that, now we can look at my top of the stack. These are my top of the pile books, things I can't wait to get a hold of, and will be the first thing to read when I get my new books this upcoming Wednesday. And we're going to start it off with one of my favorite series, Hyde Street. Yep, I'm still enjoying reading this. At a Ghost Machine, it is definitely one of my favorites. Hyde Street rolling in here at issue 9, and we've got a couple of cool covers here with this one, as well as the B cover. I got to go with the A. Definitely creepier than the B, which is more suggestive than it is explicit. But you can also go with the C option if you don't like either of those. You got Mr. X-Ray, and you can build your own glasses. Very similar to the Marvel Halloween costume, Halloween mask covers that we've been getting lately. And while you're at it, 'tis the season. Go get your Count Chocoli and your Frankenberry. We still have these cereal box variants going on the 1 in 20s for Hyde Street. Now, they came out hot out of the gate. I think they cooled off a little bit. I don't know how well this one might do. It might be about ratio. It'll probably be above ratio, but I don't expect a ton of volume on it. But That also said, I don't expect a ton of volume on this 1 in 20 as it is. I mean, I think orders have lowered just a little bit, even though the quality of the book has not. So take that for what it is. Keep an eye out if you do want that 1 in 20. Now, going over to Marvel, I am looking forward to the Mortal Thor #2. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the first issue. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I didn't know exactly what to expect, but it was an interesting story, and I want to see where this thing is going. So if you haven't checked it out, it's kind of retelling a brand new origin for Thor. Who knows what will this will mean or how this works into anything. It is what it is. I mean, we've had Thor get plenty of restarts. We had Ragnarok and what have you. We'll see where this thing is going. But with that, issue 2 coming out, you got an Alex Ross cover there on the A. You got a Fan Yang Loki cover here as well. We've got these NetEase Marvel Rivals covers where they're apparently taking all the superheroes and putting them out in their beachwear. It just seems like an odd choice for, September. But, oh well, I guess it is what it is. So it made more sense over the summer. But I guess we're getting some skins, or there were some skins for these characters. I don't know. I'm not keeping up with my Fortnite, not Fortnite, for Rivals. It might as well be Fortnite for all intents and purposes, at least to me. And with that, we're going to move on to another Thor cover. We have this one, giving you the nice gold outfit that Thor's had before. And while we're at it, we're going to give you another Todd Knock in iconic variant, which, again, I'm over these. And we got a 1 in 25 Beta Ray Bill, which is kind of fun because in this universe, if you're reading through, Beta Ray Bill was one of the founding members of the Avengers, not this Thor, but that Thor. Cool. And then there is a 1 in 100, which is the Loki that we'll take the trade dress off of. And there you go. Also, top of my list, I want to wrap up with the final issue of The Thing. I've said it many times before. I'm not a big fan of the Fantastic Four, but I did like this storyline with The Thing. The Thing on his own is a fun character to read, and I've liked this story that Tony Fleece has written us, and it is wrapping up here with #5, so I want to see how this thing ends. Only 2 covers. I'm probably getting the A. The B ain't bad by Greg Land, but I'm probably just going to go with the A. But pick whichever one you like. And then, surprisingly, even though I'm behind on reading X-Men, I feel I have to catch up, or at the very least, start here. Because this issue is going to kick off one of the next big X-Men events with the Age of Revelation. So reading up next month's game-changing event, I got to get in on the ground floor here and see how these things are kicking off. So this is what we have here with issue 22. We have multiple cover options with the A, which is what I'll most likely get. We still got the Alex Ross Timeless, which, they are what they are. We've got these teaser logo things, which I don't know. That also seems like a waste of $5-6, but pick it up if you like. Yes, The Amazing X-Men. I could have read that in an article. I didn't need to buy a whole separate cover to get that, or I can just wait a few weeks and buy the title. And then we've got these, again, the beachwear. I don't really understand the beachwear, but if I guess you want Psylocke, you can get that too. But with that, I do kind of like this one, and maybe I'll go here with the Mystic Mayhem version. That's kind of cool looking. Again, Psylocke. Or I most likely will just get the Josh Swaby, because this is probably the nicest cover of the bunch, and I like it. That said, it is also a pretty nice looking 1 in 50 when you take all that trade dress off of it. So we'll do that, and there you go. The only other incentive on this X-Men book is the Alex Ross, and they're going to make that timeless pencil sketch thing, which, again, if you want them, you could find them for very, very cheap, because I don't think anybody's buying them. But with that, we'll move on to my actual pull list now. So those are the top of the pile, but also with that, the rest of the pile is rather large this week. Just one of those things. 1 week it's light, the next week it's ridiculous. I wish these publishers would space things out a little bit better for me, because DC in particular is hitting me up pretty hard this week. So with that, let's see what's in this pile, starting off with first, Absolute Wonder Woman. Yes, one of my favorite Absolute titles. Enjoying this here still. Issue 12, cover A. We've got a cover B option, which is pretty cool. I actually like this one a bit. I might pay the extra $1 to get this one, because that's what you got to do with the DC open order variants. If you want to get the nice card stock, then some of the variants, you got to pay an extra $1 for them. So I might do it. I might do the $5.99 on this one. Or I might spend the $5.99 and pick this one up because I like this one too. So they're both very, very nice, in my opinion. Or we can go with this option, option D, which again ain't bad. No incentives. I'm surprised with issue 12. No incentives, all open order, but those last three will cost you $6, where the cover A will cost you $5. Now, also on my pull list, still continuing on with Detective Comics issue 1101. Yeah, we're still going. The Courage That Kills begins here. All right, so hopefully I can catch up, check this out. But I feel like I could just start here. It feels like a good jumping on point as well. We'll see. Again, been behind on Detective for a while, but I do continue to collect it because I like Batman and I like Detective. With that, the B cover, Delato, pretty cool. If you didn't know, this is a connecting cover, and this connects with that Batman #1 that came out just a few weeks ago. If you want to see them together, I figured I'd show you. So here we go. You take the Batman, connect it up with the villains. Pretty cool. With that, we've got this option here as well. If you want to go with the Frank Joe, not bad. And there is a 1 in 25 option as well if you want to go the incentive route. I think I'm fine with either getting the Delato or the Cho or the cover A. I might just get the cover A and just save myself the buck, but the Delato paired up would be nice. Moving on, Green Arrow. Still enjoying reading this. So Green Arrow is still part of my pull list. I recommend you guys check it out. I don't know. A pleasant surprise. Again, thank you, Barlord, for putting me on Green Arrow. But the Crimson Archer strikes. So we'll see how this starts with Legacy issue 361. Wow, 361. But this is issue 28 of the current volume. And we only got two options on the cover with the A as well as the B here, which also ain't bad. I think I'm going to go with the A, the Torrin Clark. But the B is not bad. Green Arrow. Still riding these out. I don't know. I know I've been on the fence at times with Core and regular Green Lantern, but we do have the Starbreaker Supremacy continuing on, so I'm at least going to see this through. This is issue 27. It's part 5 of the storyline, and it connects with that last Green Lantern Core cover that came out. I think we looked at that a week or two ago, but in case you want to see them together, boom, there you go. Put them together. Nice little connecting cover set. Or you can opt for the B cover. Also, not bad. We got a bunch of sharks on there. Or a C cover. More classic. And then we do have a 1 in 25, which is all right. I kind of wanted to like it more, going with that old, EC horror kind of with the circles on the side. But I don't know. Just doesn't hit right. Just something about it. Maybe it's just the colors. The color's too bright. Not enough contrast. Like everything just gets kind of muddled. So those circles just kind of make things look kind of confusing. But with that, also picking up, this is the third part. I think there's only one more left in the new history of the DC Universe, kind of retelling and recapping everything. Here we are at Crisis. So interesting to see how this one plays out. Got a cover A. There's a B cover with Dan Mora doing the character features. And yes, Flash is going to get featured on this one, with it being, the Crisis edition. We do have a Batman and Robin, which isn't bad as well, by Frank Quietly. And then there is the mega character mashup one that has a boatload of characters on there, and it is a wraparound. And not only is it a wraparound here, let me show you the wraparound. It's a wraparound that connects with the last few issues. I mean, we'll look at all of them all together once they're all done, but yeah, just because we'll show you the first 3. Here's issue 3 connecting to issue 2, which will connect back to issue 1. And yeah, look at all these characters. Look at all these little heads everywhere. This is ridiculously detailed in how many people are in this thing. And I dare you to try to name them all. And there you go, back to issue 1. I mean, yes, there's multiple versions of a lot of characters. There's a bunch of Supermen. You see a lot of the Marvel family there. A lot of characters. But I also kind of like the foil edition, which is a nice, let's call back to. I wanted to say Death of Superman, but don't forget this is going back to Crisis, and Supergirl actually died during this storyline there. And there's, since Superman's standing there, I think that little flag is more in memoriam to Supergirl rather than the death of Superman. But at first thought Superman, but I'm pretty sure it's Supergirl. Then there's also a sketch if you want to get the sketch, and then we do have a 1 in 25 option here as well. Green Lantern, Sinestro. Okay. I don't know, underwhelmed by the 1 in 25, but it is what it is. Moving away from DC, Again, personal thing. I like Critical Role. I like Vox Machina comics as well as the TV show, which I hope comes back again. The Amazon Prime show. It's a lot of fun. But there is a comic as well, issue 4 of Origins, coming out this week. One cover. That's all you got to get. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring is rolling on with issue 3. Nice, fun little read. We've got a cover A option here. We've got the movie poster homages here, done by Tony Fleece. I like this one. This is the one I pre-order from DCBS, so this is the one that's going to be in my box. But there is also a fun book version too, so you kind of get this, kind of silliness if you want to go that way, and it works. It works with the anthropomorphic characters, all these animals running around and doing very, very adult things, like murder. But with that, we'll take all 3 of these covers, line them all up, because we're also going to take the trade dress off of them and give you your incentives with the 1 in 10, 1 in 25, and 1 in 50. Well, actually, the middle one, we took the color away from it, but you see what I'm doing here. There are your incentives for this book. Going over to Image, Escape. Speaking of anthropomorphic characters, here we go. Escape. We got issue 2 coming out here by Rick Remender and Daniel Acuna. So you got a cover A option, and you got a B here as well. So pick your favorite. I'm probably just going to go with the A and move on to our next book, which is Monstrous, issue 60. Yeah, 60. I am so far behind on reading this, but again, I'm not stopping getting these, because once I catch up, I know I'm still going to enjoy it. I mean, the art, the writing, it's all fantastic. So yeah, I'm still getting it. News from the Fallout is coming to a close soon, but this is issue 4. I don't think this is the last one. I think we might have one more, maybe even 2. But issue 4 is coming out with 2 cover options. You got an A and you got a B. Both pretty good. I might actually go with the B on this one. I like the mushroom cloud with all the skulls in it. It's got a pretty cool look to it. But from there, still an Image. Energon Universe, Void Rivals, issue 23. A couple of covers with an A. You got a B option here. With Pythona, she's still playing a role in this. You got Cobra, la 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 la, and then we've got the 1 in 10, which is connecting cover, as you know, with the Energon Universe. So let's take a look at what we're working with now. That's issue 23. So we'll go back for the last few issues. Boom, boom, boom. Still rolling on. 22, 21, 20, and it goes all the way back to issue 19, all the 1 in 10s. And with that, we'll move it on to the 1 in 25 option, which we have there, as well as a 1 in 50, if you want to go that route. Cool. Going to go from Image over to Keenspot and look at the next installment of Mark Spears' Monsters. That's right. They're coming out again. Issue 7. There was that whole delay with the move, the move from Diamond and whatnot for Keenspot. So now books are rolling out, and they're rolling out on a more regular basis. This is issue 7. Issue 8 will have those blind bags for Christmas. We will also be getting the blind bags for Halloween with the next miniseries starting up pretty soon. But for now, this is just issue 7. We've got a few cover options here with the Headless Horseman here on the A. We've got a witch option here with a nice pulpy kind of distressed book cover vibe. I like that. And then we got a couple of movie covers, movie poster homages with a Halloween 2 homage here, as well as a Halloween 3 on this one. Both really cool. Again, the distressing really sells it, at least for me. I like it when there's, good distressing on covers like that. And then we have a fun homage to the Monsters of Filmland magazine from back in the day with that Frankenstein cover. I'm sure you know the one looks just like this, but this is Mark Spears' art and not the original. 1 in 25 could do well. We'll see. I know these aren't doing the volumes that the original versions were doing when the multiple covers. I mean, regular one cover would kind of pop here or there with those earlier issues. Now things I think are kind of catching up with the demand, as stores are definitely ordering more copies, and there are so many other variant options out there that I think the market is getting satisfied one way or another in purchasing what they want to get. So some of the premium pricing is relegated to some of the oddball books. Who knows which one it's going to be this time out. But moving on, The Pale Knight. Not final, but I do really like this cover. I like the plague mask. It just looks really cool. Yeah, is issue 5. I think we're almost done here. Maybe one more issue to wrap up this storyline, but at a Mad Cave. But I think this is near the end, so I'm still going to keep on reading this. Speaking to the end, Daredevil. Daredevil, unfortunately, coming to an end with issue 25. You know they're going to restart it, probably with a new creative team, yada yada. But this iteration is ending here. So at issue 25, unfortunately, the cover A is the worst of the bunch, and the rest are really good. So here's the JR. Looks like he's taking a dump on the cover, a la Frank Miller. But the rest of them are good. So go pick one of the other ones. I like this one. This one's, I think it's Aaron Cooter doing the, I think it's called the final variant. I like how the head is turning into the other character heads. But I'm most likely going to grab the Libra Mayho because that is my favorite of the bunch. Very well detailed. I like it. The Rain. If I wanted to get the incentive, I do like the incentive as well. It's the EM Gist. Also, very well done. I like it when we get an actual bright Daredevil cover. So many Daredevil covers, like the Bermejo, are dark. So getting the occasional bright one is a nice, change of pace, especially with that red outfit. So I think the blue is actually pretty cool here. So with that, we're going from Daredevil with the final installment of this current run to the penultimate. I think it's penultimate. No, maybe it's going 6. I'm not sure if it's going 5 or 6, but we're getting, again, near the end of the Death of Silver Surfer. So with that, I think it might be 6. We're still working there. We're working there. Cover A option here, not bad. B, pretty cool. Got a big Galactus there too. And then the 1 in 25, I think, is by Noto. Is okay, but I'm probably just going to get the A or the B. Most likely just to get the A. Continuing on, the Predator, Black, White, and Blood. I just think they need to ease up on the green for the Predator blood. But other than that, I usually like at least one of the stories in here so far, and then it's like the rest of them, so. We'll see how this goes. That's what you get with an anthology, though. You're going to get some stories that are good, some stories maybe not as good, and then one that's probably, didn't need that at all. But $6, 40 pages. This is the cover A. Cover B option has the blood and green. Okay, so we're going to get more green in this one because that one had white. But then we got the 1 in 25, which has blood written in red. So I don't know which way we're going with the blood. But I really do like the 1 in 25 here by Alan Qua. It's just pretty cool. It's almost like a pencil sketch, but with red highlights. I dig it. Now, Afra seems to be coming close to a pause, I think, after the next issue. Whether they're going to cancel it or not, who knows? But I don't think there's anything solicited after 5. But I'm still going to pick them up until, whatever they make. Because I like the character, so I'm still going to keep collecting. So issue 4. Probably just getting the A because I don't like these 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith covers. 10 of 10. Thankfully, they're done. Yeah, we got Uncle Owen and Baru. Yeah, cool. I don't need it. This one, the Annie Wu, is okay, but I think I got to go with the A. Or no, I'm sorry. That's not Annie Wu. Annie Wu did the this one, the 1 in 25. I forget who did the that C cover. Point being, not getting the 1 in 25. Probably just going to get the A and be fine with that. Storm. So we got Storm number 12. Also wrapping up this volume of Storm, I'm assuming. Maybe we'll come back to it again. I don't know. I kind of hope so. Because I actually kind of like reading Storm as a solo character. She's powerful enough to carry her own book. And yeah, some stories have been interesting. But the Thunder War ends here. So we'll see how that wraps up. Cover A is probably what I'm just going to get. There is a B option. And then they got one of these stupid title reveals. Rogue Storm. Okay. I don't know. It just seems like a waste to do these covers. That's all. You didn't need to do a whole variant for cover. You just weren't putting it on paper. You just could have made an announcement and we'd have been fine with it. With that, Ultimate Spider-Man also drawing to a close with this current creative team as they're going to run through December, I believe. And then Hickman will end his run, and then we'll see who I can't remember who's picking it up. I think they announced it already, but whether they did or not, doesn't matter. New creative team will be coming in after 24. So we're getting near the end here with issue 21, Sinister 6, cover A. You got a B option, and we got a 1 in 25 by Lozano that I actually really like. I know it's definitely exaggerated. It's almost has a animated kind of vibe, cartoonish, Disney-ish almost. I don't know. I like it. For whatever reason, I like it. But it's a 1 in 25, so I'm probably not going to pay the premium to get it. Probably just going to get the A. But before we move on to the rest of the show, remind any of you out there who haven't tried Whatnot yet, use my link down in the down in the description below to sign up and get yourselves a free $15 off your first purchase. That's $15 for first-time users just by using the link below and giving it a try. $15 to spend on whatever you want with whomever you want. No strings attached. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting more Whatnot packs coming soon. So take the $15, put it towards those once that comes, I think, right around New York Comic-Con, as I believe when those auctions will be running off. And I'll have some for the Marvel, I think it's 2025, like best of covers. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'll probably have a few packs, and I'll probably be on there putting them out there for whoever wants them. So with that said, let's now get into my blind picks. So again, I'm going to pick, I think, just one book. Yeah, I think I'm just doing one this week that I think is going to be good. I have no insider knowledge, no preview or anything like that. I'm just going off of the creative team and what I know so far of the title and thinking it's probably going to be decent. So with that, my blind pick is going to be Skinbreaker. It's Kirkman. It's David Finch. It's going to be solid, I'm thinking, right? And not going to steer us wrong. So I think it's going to be pretty good. With that, issue 1, I know there have been ash cans and previews and things like that, but I'm still going off of what little I know about it that I think issue 1 will be good. Cover A, pretty good. A lot of good cover options here with the B. I mean, the art looks very well detailed. I mean, it's Finch. Finch is a pretty detailed artist. There's a foil edition, which has the head wrapping around. I don't think I need that, per se. 1 in 10. Now we're getting to the incentives. I don't know if I need to go the incentive route either. A pretty cool crystal sword. We got a 1 in 25. And we got a 1 in 50. And guess what? We got a 1 in 100. And we're not stopping there. Yeah, that's by Ryan Otley, in case you were curious. We got a 1 in 1,000, if you want to go that way. And there is a 1 in 2,500. Yes, 1 in 2,500, which would be a David Finch sketch. I don't have an example yet. I haven't seen any of the examples yet. But we know Skybound has done this before. I'm just telling you that it's going to be a sketch by David Finch on that cover for a 1 in 2,500. Now, while we're here, we might as well just roll it right into the secret drops because, yes, with this book and this new number 1 out of Skybound, that is going to be the one per store, I guess, secret drop for this week, which will be a black foil edition of Skinbreaker number 1. So, once again, it's probably going to do well on the aftermarket. How well, I don't know yet. We'll see. But generally, these things come out of the gate like $30, and then they could go for more. They could start to dip less. We'll see. But for now, black foil. See if you can get one from your shop because your shop is only getting one, most likely. And we'll see where it goes from there. Now, speaking of seeing where it goes from there, next up is the taste test books. Now, these are some books that I'm just going to give a try. Like, it could be a new number 1. It could be something of an old series that I'm going to go back to. It's just a book that I'm going to try to add. I don't know why I'm going to be adding to my pile after a big week like this, but there's some stuff that I do find kind of interesting that I might want to give a look. Starting off first with this one, because I missed the first series. But apparently, Orphan and the Five Beasts, Baths of Blood, is a returning Kung Fu epic from James Stokoe. Okay, Kung Fu epic. You got my attention. I didn't realize there was a first one. I actually had to went on eBay to go look at the old ones just because I want to give it a look, want to give it a read. So I did find some cheap copies of the original series just so I can give that a look too because I like Kung Fu stuff. So I'm interested in this. But I didn't know about it because, it's one of those things you miss. But here we go. New series starting. I'm going to give it a try as well as the original 4-issue mini. The next book I'm going to give it a try is, I keep saying it, Catwoman. I haven't read Catwoman in a while. I've been getting them here and there because so many of the covers have been so good. And there are a lot of good cover options even on this one as well. I'm going to open this up and see where we're going now with Catwoman. I got to catch up, see what's going on in this title. Because, again, covers have been great. Hopefully the interiors match it. But here with issue 79, this is a Fiamora. There's the Frank Cho. There's also a Dan Panosian, which is really good here. I mean, I liked all 3 of these. The 1 in 25 is also solid. And then there is also the Frank Cho Virgin, 1 in 50. I know the images I have don't have the trade dress bits on them at all, but you know how it goes. Limited trade dress, and then Virgin, which the only thing has like a little DC logo on it. But with that, I'm probably going to get the Panosian because I'm a big damn Panosian fan, but I could deal with any of these, honestly. Now, those are things I'm definitely getting and some things I'm going to try. Now, here's some stuff that I'm on the fence because when I'm going to be trying new things, I got to start considering dropping some things because I do not have an unlimited comic budget. We all have budgets, right? So I'm sure you have to deal with this too. So here's a title that I'm on the fence about. Read the first issue. It was interesting, but I don't know how long it's going to hold my attention. And that's Immortal Legend Batman. And a lot of people said like Power Ranger Batman, etc. We'll see. I don't know. I just don't know how long I can hold on with this. I do like the creative team. The first issue was interesting, but I will admit I don't know how long my attention will hold. So here we are with issue 2. I'm still on board for now. We'll see if it keeps me up and interested for issue 3. Cover A, we got to cover B option, and we got to cover C option. No incentive to worry about. Yeah, it looks Power Rangery, doesn't it? Pick whichever one you like. Also on the fence about all of these Godzilla crossovers. So here we got another one because a lot of them have not been that good. Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe so far has been okay. Now we're getting X-Men in here. I don't know. I just don't know if I can keep up with these things. It just feels a little forced, and we'll see. But issue 3 is coming out. I do like the X-Men. I do like Godzilla, so I'm kind of on board, at least for this. Whether I keep rolling after this, I don't know. But with issue 3, this is the A by Mark Brooks. We got an Iron Man Godzilla here, which is kind of silly, but also kind of fun. Then we got this one. I like this. I like this cover. You got Wolverine just kind of getting stared down. Then we got the action figure covers, which I guess this is a Mothra cocoon. I don't know. It looks disgusting. But sure. Or no, I'm sorry. It's Hedorah. Wow. No, it's right there in front of me. I'm just not reading it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like these action figure covers. I'm just over those. They've done them so many, so often. Then we've got this classic Godzilla look. And then we have a 1 in 25. If you want to go to 1 in 25. And then there is a 1 in 100, which is that Wolverine, but without the trade dress. So let's take a look at that. There you go. There's a 1 in 100. Cool. Now, as I mentioned, I have a limited budget, so there's other titles that I'm kind of interested in, but I can't buy everything. So here's some stuff that'll still be on the rack because they're just not part of my pull list for one reason or another. But I think we should all keep up and keep an idea and kind of general knowledge of what's going on. So just showing you what else is going to be out there this week that even though I might not be buying it, maybe you are, and you can help us all out in the comments below and tell us how good these titles are. Because I tried reading Flash. I told you many times, but I just felt lost. Feel like I got to go back to the beginning of Spurrier's run, but I think his run is ending, so maybe I'll just wait for the next creative team because I do like Flash as a character. I mean, there, got my Flash ring on today. Told you my new thing has been getting rings that are comic book related. Anyway, Flash, Bad Moon Rising finale with issue 25. Cool. Couple of covers here, A, B, or you can get the Spears trading card that's really worn. Yeah. With Reverse Flash there. Cool. Justice League Unlimited. Number 11. All hell breaks loose. Okay. Are we getting parademons or are we down in hell? I'm not sure because I'm not keeping up with it. It's just, I don't know, again, I mentioned it before, the team books. I get on board early. You have a new Avengers book, a new Justice League book. I read the first early issues and then I go, all right, I kind of get it. And I let them drop and pick up something else because it's attention span, I guess. With that, cover A. Zerdy on the B. And then we've got a Martian Manhunter here. Not bad. We've got a Omar, I think, on this one. Cool. Got the Trinity. And there's a 1 in 25. So if you want to go that way, you can go that way. Mr. Terrific. I had this one, and I had it on, I think, a taste test and a try. And we're almost near the end. I mean, it's running to issue 6. But, yeah, with Superman got me interested in the movie. And I was like, all right, I can read Mr. Terrific. But again, cuts have to be made. And I'm just not as interested in Mr. Terrific to keep it going and committing to get through the rest. So here we got issue 5 of year 1, cover A. Then there's a B, and then that's it. I would get the A if I was choosing between the two and save the dollar because, yeah, $3.99 as opposed to $4.99. But cool. I mean, I think it's Ken Lashley on the B, but I think I'd still save the dollar. I never was interested much in Superman Unlimited, but it's still rolling on. There we go. Kryptonite Kingdom. Sure. Bunch of mechs here for some reason. Cool. On a B. We've got him with crypto on a DC trading card that's very well worn and whatnot. Him saving a cat, I think. I mean, we're not sure because we can't see his face. We just see the Superman logo and a cat. So I'm just assuming it's Superman. And then we got a 1 in 25. So get the 1 in 25. That's actually kind of a cool image. It's not something we see all the time. You know, him flying past, yellow sun. It's not bad. I'm still not picking it up, but we could do worse. Regular Superman. Try to read and try to keep this up because I'm interested in where we're going with this KO business. But again, just can't get everything. Legion of Darkseid Part 3. I'll see what happens at the end, I guess. Booster Gold. Cool. Issue 30. I really do like this David Aja cover, though. So I might actually have to go and pick this up just because I want this cover. I do like this Aja cover. But I like David Aja as an artist, and just the silhouette. It's awesome. Then we got a C cover here if you want to go that way. You got some Brainiac in there. We got another one here with him flying above the clouds and on the horizon, yada, yada, yada. Foil edition of that cover A. If you want to go that way, you can. And then there's also a 1 in 25 with him and Supergirl and some kittens. I don't know what's with all the cats. I guess that happens in this book. I mean, no, I'm sorry. It was Unlimited had the other cat. Otherwise, I don't know what's all the cats. What are we doing with all the cats? And don't tell me it's what is the super cat called? I just lost track of it because Crypto's the dog, and then there is the cat that was. I'm just drawing a blank on the name. I know you guys are probably putting it in the chat and in the comments down below, but I'm just drawing a blank on the super cat name. Darn it, I don't know why. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's unimportant because we're going to roll on to Wonder Woman now. So Wonder Woman number 25. This is starting to heat up. Storyline wise, and we're getting a brand new villain here, I believe, or we're going to get introduced to her. Here we got another Mark Spears trading card. Probably should collect up all these trading cards and I'll do like a short or something on them because they're not bad. But I don't know when the set began and when it ends, but there just seems to be new ones every week. And then we do have another option here by, I think, Omar. And then, like I said, I would keep an eye on this one. This is the Matriarch cover by Daniel Sampere, and it featuring the villain or villainess on the cover. It could be one that people gravitate towards. I mean, you see a Legion ring. I see a Green Lantern ring. I'm curious. She's also got the Wonder Woman thing going. I don't know. I guess we will find out. Is it like a Maestro situation? Because it's feeling that way. But I guess we'll see. And then we got a David Nakayama foil edition as well. If you want to go there, or a 1 in 25 option here. Not bad. Bunch of Eagles. Hornsby and Halo. It's one of those Ghost Machines books that I do not pick up because, again, we all got to make cuts. But a couple of covers. You got an A and you got a B. Pick which one you like. We've got an all-new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, number 2. How often they restart Spider-Gwen and Ghost Spider, I have no idea what volume this is or what the heck's going on, but they are up to Legacy issue 77. The spider is being hunted. I kind of like the new look for her with the black, or with more of the black. But this is issue 2. That's the cover A. We're getting a Kazar cover for the Alex Ross Timeless for some reason or another. I don't know why Kazar on Spider-Gwen. That's the other problem I have with these Timeless variants. They just randomly just throw Marvel heroes on other characters' titles. Like, why would I buy this Kazar cover if I was reading Spider-Gwen? I'd be mad. Like, it has nothing to do with what I'm reading. And then here we go. Another option if you want to go that way. And a 1 in 25. All featuring the actual character that's in the book, as opposed to Kazar, who I seriously doubt. Again, I haven't read it. And I'm not up to speed, but I'm pretty sure Kazar's not in here. Can't forget to give you your sketchy 1 in 100 if you want it. So there you go with that. Jeff the Land Shark somehow is rolling on with issue 4, despite all the other one-shots that get mixed in. I don't know who keeps buying all these, but they keep making them. We're getting crypto comics, we're getting Jeff the Land Shark comics, we're getting combo comics with the two of them on covers. It's a wild world we live in these days. But here we go. Jeff the Land Shark, dressed like a little Triceratops. Where did he get that outfit? I don't know. But we do have options. We got an A. We got a B. We got a C. And this is where we're going with some K-pop. I'm surprised they're not leaning more into the K-pop with K-pop Demon Hunters, doing so strongly. Maybe Marvel will be all of a sudden start pushing their Luna Snows and whatnot a bit more. But here we go with another rival covers. Again, they kind of missed the window of time when we should have gotten these, but whatever. And a 1 in 25 if we want to go that way. All right, Spider-Girl. DNA cover. I do like David Nakayama. I'm kind of curious, but just like Spider-Boy, I can't keep up with everything. But it's out there, and I know some people are reading it. So Spider-Girl, number 4. And then for no other reason than we need to put her on somebody's cover, there's a Dagger. Remember we had Cloak? Now we've got Dagger. Part of the Alex Ross covers, just invading everybody's titles. And then we have one, I don't know why they call these the mirror editions. I guess it's just letting Spider-Girl have Storm's powers on the cover. I guess that's the mirror. And then I kind of like this one. This one's not bad. And then there's a 1 in 25 as well. But again, it's not a title I'm really picking up. And we got Tombstone in there. Kind of fun, kind of cool. His profile has been lifted up the last couple of years via the comics and the cartoons. So yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Almost forgot the 1 in 100 pencil version of Dagger. Because, yeah, we got to have it. Spider-Man and Wolverine. Yep, at the mercy of Dread Shadow. I didn't put the thing on it, but probably keep an eye on this as well. People love first appearances, and look at this brand new villain, the Dread Shadow. It's got a menacing sounding name and looks like a samurai. Yeah, could be cool. I don't know. Not reading this because I don't read these titles. The mashup. We've been over that before. I'm not going to go over it again. But Doc Ock here on this B cover. We got Kraven on this one. I don't know why Wolverine's face is ripped up so much when he's facing Kraven, but okay. And then we got a 1 in 25 that also has this Dread Shadow dude right there. Looks very bulky. Very bulky. And yeah, what else we got? Oh, Venom. Black, White, and Blood. Yep, might as well let Venom have one of these miniseries too, because everybody gets these Black, White, and Blood now covers because they can sell us these anthologies pretty easily. But issue 2, cool. I kind of like this Eric Larson B cover with the kind of throwback trade dress. It's kind of fun. Plus, Eric Larson, he has a history there with Venom. Then we got this Venom cover. It looks like a lot of others, but it doesn't look bad. It's just familiar is all. Then we got a 1 in 100, which we will take the trade dress off of that cover A if you want it. It's Marvel after all. All right, what do we got next? Oh, Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Almost near the end, I believe. This is issue 5, In the Grips of Gargantos. Cool covers on these. I mean, you got a Daughterman here. This one's not bad. Mystic Mayhem. And that's it. So we only got 2. It's just, I couldn't keep up with this title. It wasn't bad to start, but like I said, we all got to make cuts somewhere. And finally, Wind. Wind, the Power of Blood out of Boom. James Tynion, whatever. Wrapping this up, this is the finale of this Wind series. I know there have been other miniseries before. I know there's people who read it. So if you are a fan, the end is nigh. So issue 5, Power of Blood. With multiple options, we got A's, we got B's, we got C covers, we've got D covers. So these are all open order. Yeah, we got Peach Momoko. Let's take all these covers, let's all line them up, and most of these will give you virgin versions with the trade dress, and maybe mix in a brand new version as well with our open order version, 1 in 10, 1 in 20, and 1 in 20, 1 in 15. Sorry, I had to go backwards, but it's how I had to do it to line up the pictures. And then a 1 in 30 also. So a lot of options, a lot of incentives, and some new number ones also coming our way. So let's look as well. Some series are ending, new ones are beginning. Like this book. Let's see, what do we got here first? Masters of the Universe. That's right. Dark Horse is giving us the Sword of Flaws. I guess we're playing in with how He-Man's sword kind of was a part of a half, and you can take one with Skeletor and put them together and make a bigger sword. Cool. A and a B. Classic look for He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Is what it is. Star Trek, The Last Starship. I'm not a Star Trek guy, but a lot of comics still coming out, and IDW still rolling on. This is a Francavilla on the A, and a lot of description of what this title's about. I'm not picking it up, though, because, again, I'm just not a Star Trek guy. But I know some of you are, so maybe you want the skull-looking B variant with the ship crashing, or maybe you want the shiny foil, classic Kirk. Or, and that's done by Michael Cho, right? Or we can take the trade dress off and give you a 1 in 15. Yep, there we go. And that foil, we'll bring that one back because we'll take the foil off of it and the trade dress and give you a 1 in 25. So there you go. If that's not your speed, maybe you're looking for a brand new series of Street Sharks. That's right. I always look for the Street Sharks 1 through 2 and 3 Marvel comics from way, way back. But here we got IDW giving you a brand new series. We'll see if I go digging for these later. But considering how many covers they have and a lot of description here, I don't know if that's going to be the case. But we got an A, we got a B, we got a C with the flex as well as a sketch cover. We'll take the flexing cover and take the trade dress off of it. That'll also be our 1 in 10. And then incentive-wise, we'll give you what looks like a kind of a callback to Giant Size X-Men. Maybe a little bit of an Avengers 4 kind of vibe to it on the 1 in 25. And then we've also got a similar look on the 1 in 50. Street Sharks, if you want them, they are back because nostalgia sells. Like the Twilight Zone. Looks like a black and white comic, so IDW dark. I guess, I don't know if it's just dark because we're going with the content or it's just black and white. But seems to be black and white from what I can tell. Part of this Twilight Zone. I mean, it goes with the TV show, or at least the old school TV show. Francavilla, pretty cool. That's right. There's an A, there's a B, there's a sketch, and a C. There's also a 1 in 25, if you want to go that way, and a 1 in 50. Yeah. Cool. I don't know. There's so many anthologies running right now. I just can't do them all. So Twilight Zone, yeah, maybe. Just like this Viking Moon. It's a maybe. Like, out of Image, we're getting a werewolf story with Vikings. I mean, that could be a fun read. But I don't know if we'll see. There's a lot coming out this week. Maybe like if next week's light and this is still on the shelf, you're kind of like doing one of those 1 or 2 week later kind of pickups to kind of, increase your pile if you don't have enough books or you don't feel like you have enough books. Like, well, I can get something else. That might be the case here. Maybe I'll get Viking Moon in a week or two. But issue 1 of 5 starting here, cover A. B, also, not bad. See, and this is a case where I really don't care. The covers are all solid. So whatever one I get, I just am kind of interested in reading this. But don't know if I need to rush to get it. And then we got a 1 in 25 black and white, which, again, I don't need to go the incentive route. Apparently, Battle World is back because I don't know if they just want to do this to kind of get people ready for the idea if we do this with Avengers, Doomsday and then Secret Wars, but we're still a year or two away, right? So who knows? But we're getting it back in comics, and we're getting some other weird stuff with it, like a Starbrand variant. Cool, because let's bring back Starbrand. I know I'm a little sarcastic with it, but at the same time, I don't know. It's kind of fun to bring back some of the old stuff. You got that A, you got the B, we got this one with a bunch of characters fighting it out. And that's basically the idea. I mean, it's Battle World after all. Here we go with some more. Then we got Peach Momoko with Jeff the Landshark fighting Herbie. Okay. We got a foil edition, if you want to go that way. 1 in 25. Kind of cool. And we got the 1 in 100, which would be a virgin version of one of the other covers. In this case, it being the cover A. And like I said, hey, maybe that is Star. Now that the trade dress is gone, I see Starbrand maybe back there. Cool. Apparently, Ultimate Hawkeye is getting a one-shot here. This Ultimate Hawkeye spitting out of the Ultimates, the breakout hit character. I don't know. I guess. I haven't been keeping up with Ultimates, as you know. But Ultimate Hawkeye, here we go. Cover A. We got a B. We got a C. And we've got the I can't remember her name, the Dominatrix or whatever, the villain from Marvel Boy. Apparently she's mixing it up here, but not with a much of a different look. They kind of kept her mostly the same. Yeah, so 1 in 25 is cool, though. I like this David Mack. But I like David Mack, so not surprised. And then we'll bring back that other one and take that trade dress off to give you your 1 in 100 because, as I said, it's Marvel. That's what they do. Lastly, I think this is my last new number 1. It's the Phantom. What evil lurks in the hearts of men, the Phantom knows. The ghost walks again at a mad cave. I'm not going to lie. The Billy Zane movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I kind of find myself watching it here and there. It's got a kind of a fun little Indiana Jones just kind of throwback kind of vibe to it. Yes, it doesn't make sense why a guy's dressed in purple running around in a jungle. Like, well, I guess you stand out. He wants to stand out. Whatever. Phantom, issue 1, coming out. A lot of options here. Got a cover A. You got a B. You got C's and D's and sketches. If you need a blank, you got a blank one. And we're going to take that cover A. We'll make it a black and white. So we'll give you that option too, but with little hints of purple. So it's not quite completely black and white. Little hints of purple still. And then we do have a 1 in 10. Cool. From there, let's get to facsimiles as we're talking about older books and classic stuff like The Phantom. Well, let's go back to some older books and go back to DC Comics' first actual comic printed. That's Fun Comics. So New Fun Comics, February 1935. New Fun number 1. Wow. $10. Didn't cost $10 back then. But that's what this facsimile is going to run you. $10. Unless you want it shiny foil. Then it's going to cost you $13. Or if you want a blank sketch, then it'll cost you $11. But it's a facsimile. Pick it up if you're interested. Just like this, the Uncanny X-Men still rolling on with their continuation of facsimiles, now with issue 139, which comes with a 1 in 25 different cover variant if you want to get your Kitty Pryde on. Cool. Now, later printings. You thought last week was packed. Guess what? It's packed again. More Absolute coming your way. Because if you didn't get enough last week, if you're looking for other books, well, here they are. They're not forgetting about you. So with that, let's start off with Absolute Martian Manhunter. Number 1, getting a 3rd print. And that means we're also going to get 2nd printings for the rest of this run with issue 2 and issue 3 and issue 4. And hey, why not give you issue 5 as well? So in case you missed out, you can fill them in with your 2nd printings and that 3rd printing for issue 1 right there. Missing out on Absolute Superman? Well, guess what? We've got a 6th print for you. And for why, I don't know. We'll give you 2 options on this one and give you 2 covers. So there's a Jay Lee option if you want to go with a different cover on your 6th printing. All right. Maybe you don't need the cover options. Maybe you just need an issue 2. Well, don't worry. We got you covered with issue 2 with a 4th print. Issue 3's got a 3rd print. And then we're going to roll out the 2nd prints for your next run of 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. And that's it. So there you go. Play catch up if you need. Escape. We talked about issue 2 coming out. In case you missed issue 1, there's a 2nd print option to help you play catch up. Surprisingly, G.I. Joe number 9 is only giving you 1 cover. There's no Joe and Cobra version, just Cobra Commander here, which is a pretty fun little cover. I like this. But, yeah, I already have issue 9, so I don't need another printing of it. But if you did, there's your cover option. If you somehow missed out on Battle Beast 1, there is a 5th print option for you. 5 printings on that. That's the book that had all the packs, all the blind bags that so many people bought. Somehow we still got to a 5th printing. Crazy. And then the rest of it. Issue 2. 2nd print. Well, we can't just give you 1 cover. We got to give you 2 because that's what Image does with this 2nd printing. Usually they give you 2 options, right? Well, sometimes they'll do it on issue 3s too, I guess. So here you go. Issue 3. It's not really about the issue. It's more about the printing. When they go to 2nd print, they usually give you more than 1. and they didn't come. They didn't fall. Didn't fall through on us. They kept to their word and gave us 2 options on all these. Don't know why we need them all, but we got them. With that, Halloween costume covers. These are those Marvel mask variants. I didn't know what else to call them because they didn't give them their own special little logo. But yeah, we're getting 4 more to wrap it up for the month of September. As September is wrapping this week, so all of our variant runs here are also wrapping up. And we have Daredevil, number 25, giving you the yellow Daredevil mask to cut out. Iron Man on that Battle World, number 1. You can cut out and look like Storm on Storm number 12. Or Wanda on Vision and the Scarlet Witch, number 5. They're all right, but it just seems overdone. They did too many of them, I think. Too many all at once. But cutout masks, done. Also, I think we're finally finishing up the Stitch variants. So here we go with Stitch, because I think it was supposed to be for the month of September. We're going to get some Muppet covers next month. So with Stitch, X-Men. It was 22, X-Men 22, but it's Stitch on the homage to X-Men 100. Because again, they chose all issue 100s, which is kind of fun in its own little way. So there you go. There's your Stitch. Let's go to DC. They're also wrapping up their September variants. So let's wrap up the corner box variants here. That's right. I figured this time out I'd show you. See, Superman Unlimited, issue 5 coming out this week. Well, right there in the corner box art, that is Dan Mora who did that. And they took it and they made it a cover. So there you go. Same thing here with Superman number 30. Right there up in the cover, that's also Dan Mora did the little design of the little character in the corner box. And they decided, hey, let's just make it a cover. And that's it. Those are the 5 Superman corner boxes. The other 3, there's Crypto was in there, like Superboy, whatever. They're all done now. As is the Delato Gotham variants. So also sneaking out this month, we had a bunch of Gotham variants just featuring Batman characters drawn by Delato. And they are wrapping up this week with 2. We've got Catwoman on Catwoman 79, and we've got Harley on Harley 54. Not bad on both of these. I like them. Especially like the Harley. It's cool. Hispanic Heritage Month also coming to a close in September, and we're coming to a close with the variants that we have for this. We got a couple here just to wrap us up. And I'm also going to do some shorts covering all these. If you want to see all the covers all together, I'll be doing that later in the week. But here we got Bane on Detective 1101, 1101. Wow, it's a lot of comics. And then we've got Blue Beetle also on Justice League Unlimited number 11. Cool. Pumpkin Spice. Man, did you see how much that Dick Grayson sitting on a pumpkin was running this past week? Some people getting FOMO because I don't know. Some of these don't get ordered. Some of these might be hard to find, and there are more fans than there are copies available. So it happens. It happens. Let's see if it happens again. This week, we do not have any Dick Grayson sitting on a pumpkin, holding the pumpkin, but we do have. Who do we have for you? Oh, we got a shirtless Soups cutting some wood. Look at that. Showing that stern bush. It's a spicy pumpkin right there. Then we got Wonder Woman. Also, Wonder Woman as a witch playing with a little cat that looks like a cheetah. I guess that's supposed to be it. It's supposed to be cheetah. I don't know, but it's a pumpkin spicy. That's it, though. Those are our 2. Again, who knows if shops even bother to order any or many of these copies. I know a buddy of mine, he has a shop, and some of these covers, like, he'll only order like 1 or 2 at most because there's not that many buyers for them. And considering the amount of cover options there are, they only order like 1 of each variant and then mostly A's and things like that. So could be tough. Who knows? I mean, apparently a lot of people wanted that Dick Grayson pumpkin bottom. So it is what it is. Speaking of beefcake, let's talk about some cheesecake covers. With that, let's see what we have here first with our first cheesecake cover. And that's going to be Harley. Yep, I know I took her out of there for a while, but seriously, I don't know. Some of these, just got to put them in there. Maybe not so much the A, but just some of the other covers here. We got the Nakayama. We got another option here. And a 1 in 25. All not bad. All not bad. But yeah, they are what they are. just like the Vampirella. Vampirilla's got a Halloween horror. I don't know if this is a one-shot or another mini. I think it's a one-shot anthology, but Greg Land on the cover A. We've got Buzz doing a nice homage to the OG. And then we've got a Celine. And then we've got a cosplay. So if you want to go that way, cosplay. I think this is the final issue of Gehenna, Naked Aggression. And yeah, again, I felt like this was Image's answer to Heatseeker and those Titan books. But we've got an A. There's a B cover, all wrapped up, all nice and pretty. And then, yes, if you want to get naughty, there is a polybag version that I can't show you the whole thing because, well, decorum says no. But yes, if you buy the copy that's polybag, you will not have a Wednesday watch list sticker covering up the naughty bit. And then we do have a 1 in 10 option as well. So if you want to go with that, pretty cool negative space kind of vibe. I like it. And then I also put Black Cat in here because, hey, if I'm putting Harley in here, I got to put Black Cat in here too because, yes, I mean, I like Hughes. And, yeah, it's an interesting shot. An angle choice. But this is the cover A. Yeah, she's fighting crime. And then randomly, hey, let's put Zabu on here. And if you tell me it's because he's a big cat and this is Black Cat, that's a bit of a stretch. And I guess it makes sense because where else are you going to put Zabu? I mean, we had to throw Kazar on goddamn Spider-Gwen. I don't know. Again, timeless. I don't know. Greg Land, not my favorite. Not my favorite. But it's there. It's an option. We got another one here. Not bad. We'll take that Greg Land back and make it a 1 in 50, though. Yeah, no, still don't like it all that much. Just like the Zabu here. Yeah, 1 in 100. I don't think I need this either. But they're there if you want them. As is Emma Frost, White Queen #4. This is a cool cover, again, by David Nakayama. I have no idea what's going on in this book, to be honest. I haven't picked this up to read. I did pick up a couple of these because I like the covers, but I haven't yet cracked them open. With that said, this is a cool cover. And then we'll throw Polaris on here. Again, it's timeless. They just got to put them somewhere. There's 1 in 25. Elvis style. That's kind of fun. And then we'll take Polaris and, sketch it up for the 1 in 100. Cool. As we take it here near the end, I know it's running late, but there was a lot to cover this week, as you noticed. It's a big week. End of the month, wrapping it up. Everything's got to come out before the month is over. So with that, we have a few covers just to spotlight here, and we're going to start it off first with the end of this Vampires World War V #12. So this volume is going to end here, I believe, with #12, and this Dust and Wind cover is pretty creepy and pretty cool. I'm not reading this title, but I've read some of it, but I had no idea. I mean, all the characters are, different places doing different things, but this is just a cool cover. So just want to spotlight that, as is this B option or this other option, because that's technically a B, and I guess this would be the C. Also fun by Dat Fan. I'm a fan. I'm Dat Fan of that art. I know, that's terrible, terrible pun. Anyway, let's move it on. iTyrant, #3. I did not like reading the first issue. I just didn't care for it. But some of these covers were fun. This is the 1 in 50 after Kirby and Miller. So it's doing the Hulk, but in a Frank Miller style from Sin City. Okay, cool. You know what else is cool? I really like this Invisible Man cover with the pencil erasings making up the image. It reminds me of the Jock, the bats for Detective 880, Mike Del Mundo. I like it. And especially with the Invisible Man, and it's like erasing him and pencil. The whole thing works for me. I just like it. And then there's also a 1 in 50, which is kind of cool, giving you a little bit of a tip of the cap, maybe, to all the eyeballs looking through glasses kind of covers going back, But that's Matthew Roberts on the 1 in 50. I just like the Del Mundo. But I did like the 1 in 50 just to kind of call it out. And then we do have another Flops 1 in 10 on another Rick and Morty. This is issue 3 of Rick and Morty versus the Universe. This is almost done. It'll be, I think, 7 covers. This is number 5. I was almost put them together to show you so far, but you know what? We'll wait to the end, and I'll show you all the flops connecting together, making this big Rick and Morty, mural, if you will. Pretty cool. I like flops, as you guys all know, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest. Well, actually, I've seen it, but sharing it with the rest of you. With that said, best of the week. My 2 best of the week. We might have looked at them pretty recently. Well, not the first one. The variant, this was much earlier in the show. But for my money, my favorite of the week was that Sway 1 in 50. It's just a gorgeous cover. Yeah, there was a couple other I like as well, but this was my favorite. And then for a regular cover option, we just looked at it, but yeah, this Del Mundo, I just like it. I like the idea. I like the execution. It's just cool, and I like it. So with that, that's my favorite cover of the week. And with that, that's all I got for you. So wrapping it up, a little bit over time, what I try to shoot for, but it is what it is. Thank you for all the support. Thanks for hanging out for a while and checking this out. Hopefully you enjoyed this as well as everything else here on the channel. Again, please let me know what you think down below in the comments. The comment and the engagement helps. So please comment down below. Please keep telling your friends so we can keep growing. And I'll see you all later with some more content. All right.